What is society? What forms a society? What are the different forms of society based on history? Let us find out what is human person in the society. Men, by their nature, are political animals. Perhaps the reason is that despite the long course it travels in the history, it still capitalizes one of the essential elements of human nature. Humans endow innateness to gather themselves and create a community where they share commonalities and fixed differences. What is society? A large social group involved in persistent social interaction, sharing the same social territory, typically subject to the same political authority and dominant culture expectations. What is human person in our society? As a species, we are social beings who live out their lives in the company of other humans. We organize ourselves into various kinds of social groupings, in which we work, trade, play, produce, and interact in many other ways. Unlike the other species, we combine socialization with deliberate changes in social behavior and organization over time. Consequently, the patterns of human society differ from place to place and era to era and across cultures, making the social world a very complex and dynamic environment.
Friends are two bodies with one soul. One philosopher said that friends are two bodies with one soul, meaning to say, although we are different in physical aspects, but there are some situations and instances in our life where we become one or as united as we can be.
Society according to Plato. Society according to Plato is divided into three classes. Common people, which are called artisan class, and then the soldiers as warriors, and the guardians as rulers, where the rulers have the political power and human activities must be in accordance with the law.
Our society is divided into different classes. It may be ideal to think that people from the higher class get along well with the lower class, but for Plato, regardless of their class, should live in harmony with the rest of others in the society. This principle for him is called social justice, where the society provides essential needs of people. For Aristotle, the two main reasons for people to gather and form groups is for reproduction and self-preservation. Reproduction is the biological process by which new individual organisms are produced from their parents, while self-preservation is essentially the process of an organism preventing itself from being harmed or killed. In other terms, it is called survival instinct.
The three main spheres of society. First is the market, which is the economic system. In its language is money. Market is based on the logic of having and not having. Next is the state, which is the political system. In its language is power. State is based on logic of command and obedience. And lastly, the life world. It is the everyday of world communicative relations. In its languages is our society. In life world, the concept of intersubjectivity is seen. These three are connected with each other. In the first two, market and state. The social interaction between the two social structure is more transactional, where people see each other as a way to accomplish a certain goal.
Social contract theory. Individuals who establish a social contract, an agreement where individuals sacrifice an amount of their freedom and submit to a higher authority. In this way, society is able to function and meet the needs of many, ensuring the survival of humanity. Among the most prominent social theorists, these philosophers tackle the origins of human society. To fully understand the true character of society, they imagine humans as living in a so-called natural state, removed from modernity and civilization.
Social contract theory. Thomas Hobbes. For Hobbes, persons in their natural states are governed by their desires, and these often control their natural tendencies and impose order. John Locke. Unlike Hobbes, Locke considered persons in their natural state as more cooperative and reasonable, and that society is formed through the consent of the individuals that organize it. This concept is known as the consent of governed. Jean-Jacques Rousseau believed that even if the people are the ones who organize society and establish an authority or government, in extreme cases, the government is able to impose its will on people. This is based on the assumption that people have empowered the government to act on their behalf, and that is considered to be the best judge of what is most beneficial for society. John Rawls, he redefined the social contract and explained that human beings approach social cooperation in a rational manner in order to meet their individual self-interests. David Gautier, but this selfish interest benefits society as a whole, since the action of individuals in meeting their individual needs also further the interests of other members of society.
Social contract theory. Although there are variations on the social contract theory, perhaps one common feature they all have is that the different individuals enter into a kind of agreement with one another to form society. It is important to note that society is founded on the concept of common good. Philosophers who discuss origin of society trace the emerge of society to the human desire to achieve the goal of survival.
Hunting and gathering society. They are the smallest in size, but the sociality and relationship last longer. The interaction between the human person to their society. Horticultural society have a larger population than hunting and gathering societies. Because it is big as a village, this type of society is characterized by the domestication of animals for food, for a more stable and predictable food supply. This relative prosperity enables the people to engage in other activities apart from those necessary for survival, such as handicrafts. Agrarian society develop large-scale agriculture, large societies with large cities. Multi-ethnic society, large division of labor. Farming technology roles a richer society, and they were able to learn how to use tools for farming.
Industrial society, most developed form of human society, nation, states, megapopulations, metropolis, advanced technologies in many fields, less than 10% of population involved in food production, and very little division of labor gender roles remain. Enormous capacity to destroy other societies. Post-industrial society, the stage of society's development when the service sectors generates more wealth than manufacturing sector of the economy, compared to industrial society which focuses on product development. Post-industrial society focuses on the service.
Virtual society. This society cannot be controlled by territorial boundaries and geographical difficulties, since they could possibly communicate with others wherever. That shows that this form of society has an improved telecommunication system.
Social system. Social system is the interaction between two or more persons in the limited situations, which includes family, political party, or other social structures which shares common interests and beliefs.
Wojtyla. For Wojtyla, our involvement and collaboration are the way we interact helps in improving and developing oneself or others. It is where we could see if something has changed a human being or he or she has become a better version of themselves. Moreover, if one person has created a meaningful relationship with others, thus he or she could be able to attain true happiness.
Traditional society. In traditional society, the members are mostly peasant.
Remember, we must remember that modernity is not just all about what we have today or about the technologies being developed, but it also talks about on how we are going to take those transformations between our society and be affected with those modernization.